What is the recipe for the perfect sailing voyage? For me, it boils down to 3 key ingredients: an incredible boat, an incredible destination, and an incredible crew. So when the opportunity came to sail a magnificent 70-foot classic yacht from the shores of French Polynesia to Hawaii and then all the way to Washington with a group of close friends, well, there wasn't a slither of doubt in my mind that this was something that I really wanted to do. The boat is Latifah, a 70-foot ocean racing yawl born in Scotland in 1936 from the mind of the legendary designer William Fife III. And it's a widely shared sentiment that Fife designed some of the most beautiful boats of all time. He created Latifah late in his career, and it is generally accepted that she was his favourite. And by that logic, it's hard to deny that this stunning vessel is a floating masterpiece. And then there was the voyage, 5,000 miles across the greatest expanse of ocean in the world. From the otherworldly islands of the South Pacific, across the equator and into the metropolis of Honolulu. After our pit stop in Hawaii, we'd be sailing out of the tropics entirely, arriving in the cold and foggy Pacific Northwest. And finally, there's the crew. If you've been following my journey on Elixir, you'll recognise not only Latifah, but also Jasper and Georgie, from when we helped deliver her from the Tuamotus to Tahiti. Jasper has spent his whole life on boats, and it's only natural that he's ended up as a captain. Georgie is a talented writer and photographer, and it's inspiring to see the lives that they've created for themselves here in Moorea. Now, a voyage like this has its highs and lows. We face the constant exposure of a 1930s racing yacht, the relentless dampness, leaky decks and wet bed, the inevitable breakages that demand creativity at sea, and the drastic temperature change from the balmy tropics to the biting cold of the North Pacific. But that is why we love it. This is a voyage that we're all going to cherish forever, and I can't wait to share it with you. Alright, so I just arrived in Tahiti this morning, and we're currently taking the ferry over to the island of Moorea, which you can see just over there. Yeah, it's pretty beautiful. I definitely miss the jagged volcanic peaks of French Polynesia. It's also breathtaking. Having sailed halfway around the world, I can tell you that some places just stick with you. For me, Moorea is right at the top of that list. It felt incredible to be back, anchored once again in paradise and absolutely filled with excitement for the passage that lay ahead.
Another beautiful morning here in Moorea. Back on Latifah again, as you can see. You may remember this boat. She's an 80-foot classic yacht. Fife is the name of the designer. We sailed her, Chloe and I, from the Tuamotus to Tahiti, and now I've come back to Moorea to meet up with Jasper and Georgie, and we're going to sail 2,500 miles north from the island of Moorea in French Polynesia to Hawaii, Oahu. It feels really great to be back in French Polynesia and back on Latifah. She's such a beautiful boat, like in this amazing anchorage in Moorea with these incredibly dramatic sawtoothed ridges. These volcanic landscapes in French Polynesia are just absolutely unbelievable. Like, look at this. It's like shark's teeth. Feels a bit strange to take a break from sailing Elixir, but it feels really good, and I'm super excited to sail across the Pacific again, my second Pacific crossing on this beautiful boat with a group of friends. Everyone's really cool, and yeah, it's gonna be a great trip.
And so the routine began. Each morning we'd wake up in this absolutely stunning anchorage, take a deep breath to soak it all in, and then turn to the work. There was a long list of jobs that needed to be fixed, serviced and squared away before we could even think about putting to sea. All to prepare the boat for nearly 3 weeks of hard sailing and total self-sufficiency.
Are you ready? Yeah. Take up. On the halyard crane for the spinnaker halyard, we've got a cracked nut just here, so we're going to change that out. And use a spanner. Stick the washer on. I need 2 hands for this. Job's done. New nut, new washer. Everything looks good. Let me show you the view. It's a long way down. Alright, I'm ready to come down. Let's go. Oh, you look familiar. Have you been on one of these videos before?
I might have done.
What are you doing right now?
I'm fitting the lee cloths to Rachel's bunk. They're to stop you rolling out of bed if you're on the high side of the boat. Yeah, Rachel will probably be on the high side for most of this passage. So she'll be lying up against these instead of up against that nice comfy cushion over there.
So this trip is going to be from French Polynesia to Hawaii. The wind's going to be coming from the east, which is typical in the trade winds, which means we're going to be on starboard tack the whole way. So we're preparing the boat to be leant over like this to port. So yeah, it's just going to be starboard tack on the beam for about 2.5 weeks to Hawaii. Today we're fitting the lee cloths and ticking off items from our jobs list. Change water filters, fixing a load of random bits and bobs, charging things, tying things. Yeah, we're almost there, to be fair. What if I used to grab it?
What's you lost?
I dropped a bolt down into the bilge and it's about this far away from my maximum stretch. It's like torture, I can't quite reach it.
My name is Rachel, I'm from California. I met Jasper and Georgie in Antigua a couple years ago, living in Marsh Village. This will be my first time crossing the Pacific, so I'm really looking forward to just being at sea, really, with friends and on this beautiful boat. It's one of my favorite boats, really. It's just beautiful, stunning, perfect size. It's gonna be such an epic boat to cross the Pacific in. I just like classic boats.
Nice, me too. I want to see your most spectacular entrance. Fair play, that's actually really scary. That's actually terrifying.
But once the day's tasks were done, there was no shortage of ways to enjoy our last few weeks on land. Whether you're looking above the surface or below, everywhere you cast your eyes, the island puts on a show. It's that stunning combination of steep volcanic ridges and thick rainforests cascading down to sweeping turquoise lagoons, all protected by a barrier reef that encircles the island. And beyond that, the deep blue of the South Pacific. It's no wonder French Polynesia is a mecca for any offshore sailor. You feel like you're in the true heart of the South Pacific, where people share a connection to the ocean that runs incredibly deep. This was the birthplace of the world's first ocean voyagers, the ancient Polynesians who traversed this ocean long before Europeans ever arrived. It's a magical place, and I felt so grateful to be here.
What's that you've got there? What's that? This. Let me get my words right. It's a bit early in the morning for me today, but
That's right, you'll do fine.
This is the exhaust elbow, with a wet exhaust at mixing elbow for the generator. I was showing Rachel around the engine room a couple of days ago, and I noticed a big pile of rusty salt somewhere where I'd never seen that before. So we had a little dig and found a pretty big hole in the manifold. So this is the repair that we've done. So I took it over to our friend's boat and we ground out the corrosion, cut a little piece of Coke can, glued the Coke can on top of the hull with Belzona, left it to cure, gave it a couple coats, and put a little bit of fiberglass cloth and epoxy on, and job's a good one, hopefully. Max is going to fit this and we'll see how it goes.
That's a proper job.
It's a proper job.
It's a solid bodge.
Yeah, solid.
I think you've done well.
Island style.
Yeah. She's going to be alright all the way to Hawaii, I think.
Yeah, that's got another 4,000 hours in it.
Nice. So we have here Jasper's repaired exhaust elbow, which I'm going to put onto the generator, which is right here behind me. The function of this is basically to mix the coolant water with the exhaust that comes out the engine, and then both are pushed out through a pipe out the back of the boat and they go back into the sea. It's an essential part of the generator, which is also essential because it's how you make power on this boat. This is a classic problem with these things because there's hot salt water running through them. They corrode really fast, and you can see it's just clogged up with all of this
corrosion, and anyway, we're going to buy a new one in Hawaii, but for now this should get us there. You can see we have fitted the exhaust elbow back on here. I just need to attach the hose. What's going on in here? Alright, how's it going?
Yeah, good. It's pretty toasty in here, I'm not going to lie.
This is a great angle. But, can you tell us how you feel about the working space?
honestly, compared to Elixir, this is luxurious.
Okay, fair play. The lens isn't really wide enough to see, but yeah, it's a bit of yoga.
You gotta remember that I'm used to like tiny spaces, so this is pretty spacious for me.
Fair play. Well, I'll let you get on with it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done and I'm getting out because it feels like an oven in here. I'm just gonna fire up the Jenny for the first time since, well, the second time. First time didn't go so well, trying to sort out all the leaks. Anyway, seacock's open. Okay, yeah, go for it. Ready? Yeah. Good news.
Going for a bike ride.
Which one are you going for?
I don't know, I like the look of this one, but I feel like...
I'm sort of feeling some sort of affinity towards this one. I don't know why.
Okay.
So I've been working on the boat all day getting Latifah ready for this Pacific crossing. We're just gonna have a little bit of fun, enjoy the last few hours of daylight. We're taking these bikes out for a little spin around the island of Moorea. Super beautiful, the light's really nice at the moment. Yeah, these like dramatic hills surrounding the anchor are just so epic. It's like jagged volcanic hills everywhere. I honestly think this is one of the most beautiful islands I've been to. It's pretty cool being back here again.
There we go. No worries. Don't fall, we need you.
That's beautiful. Alright, that was close. I really nearly fell off then. The problem is because it's a French bike, the brakes are the wrong way around, so I keep on slamming on the forward brakes, almost falling off. I haven't been in tropics for like 8 months now, so I'm getting pretty hot and sweaty, but it's good. Like all these pineapple fields, like all of these spiky plants and pineapple fields. And there's this like incredibly beautiful backdrop of steep volcanic cliffs. Yeah, I think Moorea is like one of the most beautiful places I've ever been, if not the most beautiful place. It's actually unreal, this level of like natural beauty. Yeah, it's incredible. Oh, they're everywhere.
What, pineapple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No brakes. Thank you so much for watching this first chapter of our voyage across the Pacific. There is a lot more to come and I can't wait to share the rest of it with you. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what happens next. You can also find the full story of my own circumnavigation aboard my boat Elixir, a Swan 37, and our journey from the UK to New Zealand right here on my channel. And if you'd like to get more involved, please consider joining the crew on Patreon. You'll get exclusive access to my monthly newsletter, the Elixir Express, and be the first to hear about any future crewing opportunities. Thanks again for being here. I'll see you in the next video when we finally cast off the lines and say goodbye to the dramatic landscapes of Moorea and head out on our first long ocean passage to be met with both calms and chaos.